Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. A couple days ago I did a video demonstrating how you could take Luminar and have it import your Lightroom Classic catalog. And Luminar would do its best to read and interpret the edits you did to your images in Lightroom Classic and duplicate those edits in Luminar. And I think it's fair to say that the results were mixed. For some images it did fine, but for others it failed miserably. A couple people mentioned in the comments, well, why don't you just export your images from Lightroom Classic as DNG files, then import those DNG files into Luminar. Luminar should read the edits fine. Well, that won't work, and I'm going to show you why in this video. Also, I received an email or two from people asking me about this new render to DNG feature that is in Lightroom Classic. It was just added to the last version of Lightroom Classic. And I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to not only demonstrate how exporting an image from Lightroom Classic as a DNG file won't allow Luminar to read the edits, I'm also going to show what happens if you render to DNG instead. So, what we have here is I have Luminar open and it's on my desktop, and you can see there's no images on my desktop at the moment. And I have, just for demonstration purposes, I have ON1 Photo RAW open as well, and I have that on my desktop. So we'll see how the images look in both Luminar and ON1 Photo RAW. And I'm also going to show you the images in Photoshop. So let's go to Lightroom Classic. And we're going to work with this image. Now there's obviously some editing done to this image. If we go over to the basic tab, you can see I moved these four sliders and I went to effects and I added a slate vignette. With masking, I masked the sky and did some edits to the sky. I masked the water and did some edits to the water. And then I masked the trees and the cliffs and I did some editing to those as well. And finally, I cropped the image square. So there are a significant number of edits to this image. So let's first export it as a DNG file. So I'm going to bring up the export dialog, and it's a Nikon RAW file, by the way, as you can see over here. So we're going to go to image format. I'm going to change it to DNG, and we'll keep these default settings for the DNG, and I just want to make sure that I'm exporting it to the desktop. So we're going to do that. Everything else is fine, and we're exporting it. And you can see in the top left-hand corner, we had that progress bar. It's exported fine. Now, there's another feature in Lightroom Classic, as I mentioned, was just added to the last release, called render to DNG. That isn't accessed through the export module, though. It is instead accessed by a menu by right-clicking on the image and then going down to render to DNG. When you do that, it will come up with this. You could click here to don't show this again. It says render to DNG generates a new file with current edits permanently applied, similar to exporting to a JPEG or TIFF. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll do that. And what it will do, it won't ask you where to put it. It's just going to put it in the same folder as the original image, and it will show up in Lightroom Classic. So this is still the Nikon RAW file. And if I click on the other thumbnail, this is our now rendered DNG. Now, let's export this. So I'm going to bring up the export dialog again, but I'm not going to export it as a DNG because it will take my DNG and then make it into another DNG. I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm just going to export it as the original file. So image format original. So it's just going to take this image and it's going to copy it basically to the desktop. So we exported that. All right. So our exporting is done. We have this image that has some edits on it. We'll get rid of Lightroom Classic and let's go to ON1 Photo RAW first. And when I open that, remember I had it opened, or I had it on the desktop. Here is our rendered DNG. As you can see, the edits are there. Here is our regular DNG that I exported. You can see it does not recognize the edits. And then if I go to Luminar, and this was the question people had because of the video I did, talking about it. Now, at first glance, it looks like it worked, right? Here's the rendered DNG, and like ON1 Photo RAW, it's showing the edited image. And here's the actual DNG RAW file, right? It's showing it edited. But If I double click on it and open it up into the edit panel and give it a second, it's going to reset and show us the unedited file. Now, the reason why in the catalog module it initially showed the edited file is because the way Luminar works is it reads the thumbnail that is embedded in the DNG file and shows that in the catalog module. Then, once you open that image up into the actual edit module, it will then look at the actual edits that the file shows and display that as the thumbnail. And there were no edits that it could read because the edits that were done in Lightroom Classic, even though they were in the DNG file, Luminar couldn't read them. So then it rewrote basically that thumbnail and gave us now the unedited thumbnail in the catalog module. Hopefully that made sense. Whereas ON1 is slightly different. ON1, right when it generates the catalog view, the browse view I should call it in ON1, it interprets the edits, it doesn't read just the thumbnail that's embedded in the DNG file. It interprets the edits, and it's showing no edits that it could read at least. And that's why we got this unedited DNG file, and you can see no edits were done to it. Now, if I take, let's minimize both these, and here are the two DNGs. And you can see even in my little preview here, it's showing both as being edited, right? That's because it's using Adobe's interpretation of the edits, if that makes any sense. And let's bring it over to Photoshop. All right, so I'm going to open both of these images up into Photoshop now. So we have the render DNG and the actual raw file DNG. And because they're DNG files, when Photoshop does open, they're going to open up into Camera Raw. And you'll notice Photoshop will recognize the edits. So we have, here, let's minimize this so it's not as confusing. So this image here, this first image is the rendered DNG. And if I open up, let's say Light, you'll see that everything's zeroed out because the rendered DNG from Lightroom Classic is similar to a TIFF file or a JPEG in that any edits you did are baked into the file. That's why ON1 Photo RAW and Luminar shows an edited file because the edits are baked in. I cannot now go into Camera Raw and re-edit these. You see there's no masks at all, nothing like that. But if I go to my actual DNG file, the real DNG file, you'll notice the edits are here because Camera Raw could read and interpret the edits that were done in Lightroom Classic. So I could come back in here and re-edit in Camera Raw. Now it's not showing light edits. Here, there we go. There, now it's showing the light edits. See what I did here? So it's showing that. So it's got all the edits I did in Lightroom Classic, and it's showing them here, all in Camera Raw. I gave it a slight vignette, and in Light, I moved to 4 sliders, and I did that masking that we talked about, and I actually cropped the image as well. As you can see, the crop is there. So all of that has been done in Lightroom Classic, and Photoshop could read those edits. Unfortunately, no other or a non-Adobe application such as Luminar, such as ON1 Photo RAW, won't be able to read those edits. Now, as far as the rendered DNG is concerned, that's just like a TIFF file or a JPEG. All the edits are baked in. You can't go back in and re-edit anything. It's just going to see an edited file. So, in my opinion, it's kind of odd that Adobe added that feature to Lightroom Classic because why? Because you could just export it as a TIFF or a JPEG and get the same result as that rendered DNG. So I'm not really sure what the use is or why there's an advantage to having a rendered DNG over a TIFF or a JPEG. If someone knows, let us know in the comments because I'd like to learn that myself. With that said, I hope this explained to you why, if you just export edited images from Lightroom Classic as DNG, no non-Adobe applications will be able to read those edits. Only Adobe applications such as Photoshop will be able to read those edits. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.